Most of us remember Gene Autry, the singing cowboy. I found a fascinating connection between Gene and our next honoree. In the 1936 movie that established his nickname, Gene plays, what else, a singing cowboy who has to raise money for a little girl who needs an operation in order to walk again. Time is ticking away, but Gene finds inspiration in a cup of joe.
But I've got to raise $10,000, and I can't lose much time in doing it. I've got it.
What's something we can eat?
If they want glamour, we can give them all they can ask for.
Well, what are you talking about?
Listen and I'll tell you. See that can? Here's my idea. Television is just coming in.
We're on the air, we're on the air. The covered wagon boys are on the air. We'll chase away your bluesy stay. The covered wagon boys are on the air.
The Covered Wagon Coffee Caravan is on the air. Today, my friends, we are broadcasting our program while we travel the Santa Fe Trail, bringing to you a real-life picture of the way your ancestors crossed the continent.
The covered wagon boys are on the air.
What a plot line for 1936! And did you see that? I think we were witnessing the birth of the world's first food truck. Right there. Anyway, Gene Autry was a very forward-thinking guy, and he was very successful as a businessman, too. One of his investments, believe it or not, was television stations, including KOOL-TV in Phoenix. And the award for the best segue into the presentation of a technical Emmy goes to me. See, for Gene Autry, owning TV stations was basically a license to make money. But in order to make that money, somebody had to manage the commercial inventory. At the dawn of broadcasting, all of this was done by hand. As TV media buying became more sophisticated, demand arose to develop ad schedules with proper separation from competing advertisers and to evenly distribute a sponsor's buy across day parts, days, and times. Meanwhile, for the station's GM, it was hard to determine what was available to be sold and what was the going rate. So, in the late 1960s, simultaneously with the rise of mainframe computers, engineers developed algorithms to optimize commercial spot placement. And the first station in the country to install a system devised by BCS was Gene Autry's KOOL. See what I did there? Okay. It's been absorbed over the decades by 4 companies. Its successors are now part of Imagine Communications. Jack Finlayson was one of the leaders of BCS when it all began back in the 60s. He has passed away, but we're fortunate to have 2 of his daughters with us tonight, Bridget Allen and Terry Greenowich, who have each worked for Imagine Communications for over 25 years. Accepting the Emmy is Bridget Allen, Vice President of Advertising Management Systems for Imagine Communications. Bridget. Nice to meet you.
Here you go, Terry. Vanna. It's kind of nice to be associated with like a horse from the 36 when all you guys are all like have all these cool technology things. But thank you, David. It's a tremendous honor to be on stage on behalf of my sister Terry, my other 6 siblings, and Imagine Communications. Terry and I have been very fortunate to follow in my dad's footsteps and be part of the broadcast industry for the last 25 years. We have seen so many advancements. I mean, you think about it, in the late 60s where there were 3 networks, to today, fast forward, and you've got millions of advertisements streaming on multiple devices. Spot placement is still the holy grail. Everybody out there in the audience, we get paid by spots. If it wasn't for advertising, we wouldn't be here, right? So it's pretty exciting that the spot placer was developed by the BMS developers, by ex-NASA developers to create the algorithm that we have today. It's amazing to know that we have the original founder, George Beatty, in the audience today. George, can you stand up? To think that back in the late 60s, the local Colorado Springs CBS affiliate where the weatherman, George Beatty, my father, who was a sportscaster, the traffic manager, Bev Trentz, and the general manager, Jim Vinyl, would sit around after the 5:30 newscast and think, how can we do a better job of placing spots? How can we make more money for our sponsorships? And to this day, they still have one of the most robust placer logic facilities in the industry today. They have still maximizing the revenue on how we do content today. It is their pioneering innovation that we honor tonight with this incredible award. Thank you, George. On behalf of the entire Imagine family and the countless media and entertainment companies that still benefit from our revolutionary technology nearly 6 decades later, it's a great honor to accept this award for Imagine Communication. Thank you, George. We appreciate it.
Well done. Thank you. Nice to meet you.